morning. We're here in Greene County, and it is a chilly one. I am really looking forward to this whole day, really.
Team member Cody Kraut hunts in Western Illinois. We recently shared how Cody also uses hidey hole food plots to add an attractive food source and create more pinch points in blocks of timber. He's used that strategy to tag some venison.
Look at that hole from that mega meat.
Not only are hidey holes great hunting locations, but they're great moultrie mobile locations, and Cody's been getting a lot of activity on his hidey holes, including some good-looking bucks. One of the bucks that's been very active around the hidey holes Cody's created is a buck he calls Uno. Cody has a little history with old Uno. He suspects he's 5 years old based on his trail camera history and encounters, and last year Uno was very active around this area. In fact, during early November of 2022, Cody had his first encounter with Uno. Cody wasn't able to wrap his tag around Uno last year, but he sure kept tabs on him. This past summer, Uno showed back up, and once again, he was very active around the same area of the farm Cody had seen him last year. It's interesting to see how Uno was moving through the area when we put the trail camera locations on the block of timber that Cody hunts. You can see he's pretty active in this small area. Cody went in to hunt Uno during the morning of November 9th, but the wind shifted and Cody backed out. Wouldn't you know it, after Cody had already climbed out of the stand, old Uno walked through a hidey hole food plot a little after 1 p.m. That didn't bother Cody because he knew he had a favorable wind to get back in that area the following morning. But that afternoon, he was hunting with his buddy and they had a great encounter with a good-looking buck.
Oh, that's a stud.
During that afternoon, Cody and his buddy had a really cool hunt. They watched a buck chase a doe out into a field and then breed her.
He's gonna breed her.
This hunt provided some great MRI, most recent information for Cody. It told him that there were several does that were receptive in that area. Every day, as we get closer and closer to the peak of the rut, more and more does would become receptive. Getting that moultrie mobile of Uno told him he may be between does, but he's looking for a receptive doe. Cody knew he needed to slip back in the next morning and try again for old Uno. Cody decided to hunt a travel corridor back in the timber next to a creek. There was a creek crossing where deer love to go back and forth, especially during the pre-rut when they were looking for receptive does. Cody has proven success from this hunting location. In fact, he's used this strategy and tagged 2 great bucks in years past.
Dang.
Cody knew from experience bucks love to work through this area, and he was hoping Uno would do the same thing during the morning of November 10th.
Good morning. It is a beautiful Illinois morning. These bucks tend to cruise up and down these creeks looking for does, and I wanted to get on the east side of all these good crossings, so it is cold. We're gonna try to stick her out all day. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down, grab my coffee, and enjoy the morning.
It was tough to see in the camera, but Cody used his burst binoculars and he could tell Uno was with a doe. Cody knew that if the doe was receptive, Uno was going to be holding tight, and he decided to just be patient and see if the doe and Uno would swing by later that day.
Growing Deer is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Also by Green Cover Food Plots, Winchester, Moultrie Mobile, Fleet Outdoor Apparel, Morel Targets, Fourth Arrow, Scorpion Venom Archery, Case IH Tractors, Ward Laboratories, Burris Optics, G5 Broadheads, Prime Bows, and Redneck Hunting Blinds.
Well, we have had a pretty good day so far. I went ahead and took a lunch, and hopefully start seeing some more bucks. We're in a tree, we got our prime bow, and we're ready for them.
About 4 p.m., Cody spotted a doe.
That big one just chased this doe in the creek. That doe's in the creek. The big one's up on the top. I still haven't gotten a real good look at it, but it looks like a shooter. That's Uno. No. Please come up here. I think he's just getting a drink. As much time as he spends on us. My God, I think he wants to come up here. Yep, here he comes. Here he comes. These mature bucks are so cautious. After a very long time, we finally got a shot at Uno. It was incredible watching that deer just doing what mature bucks do. I mean, he was pushing that doe hard, and then he really just slowed his roll and once he got to the creek, he wanted to make sure everything was right before he crossed the creek. Luckily, I had a great wind on him. He was straight north of me, and our wind is varying between west and northwest. So, I mean, that was absolutely perfect, and the wind stayed steady. He ended up coming down into that creek, and then back out of it, and then back into it again, and I just didn't think I was going to even have a shot at that deer. Thankfully, that doe came up on this side of the creek, and I ranged her, and she was 29, and he was coming behind her, so I got the camera in place, pulled back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to stop him, but I stopped him, and as I was pulling through my shot, he started to take a step and hit him pretty far back, unfortunately. But I'm shooting one of the G5 Mega Meat. That's a dead deer. What a day. What a day.
In real time, it's always tough to tell exactly what happens during a shot. But being able to slow down footage, that can provide some great lessons for hunters. When we look at Cody's footage, right as Cody starts to take the shot, Uno starts taking a step forward. Not only is Uno moving forward, but he also reacts to the sound of the shot and begins to duck. We've shared a lot of footage in the past of deer reacting to the shot, and they often drop those front shoulders, and sometimes they'll roll. But what's very interesting is as Uno's walking forward, not only does he drop his front shoulders, but because of his movement, he starts to drop his hips. And I think that's probably because he's trying to load those back legs for a hard sprint. Obviously, the arrow hit further back than we would wish. But if we put a dot there and back the footage up to when Uno was standing still before he started taking that step, when Cody was settling that pin and getting ready for that shot, you can tell that shot placement would have been much different if Uno hadn't taken a step and reacted to the shot. Remember, these are free-range deer. You can't control when they take a step or when they're going to turn one way or the other. You do the best you can. And Cody was shooting the G5 Mega Meat, which has a 2-inch cutting diameter. And those big holes on shots like that, if you get a little back into guts, those big holes can really help you. Usually a gut shot deer isn't going very far before it beds down. And if you don't bump it, there's a good chance you'll recover that deer. Cody waited till dark, climbed down, snuck out, and decided to pick up the trail the following morning.
Yeah, you can stop her here.
The next morning, Cody returned, and it was an easy trail.
He's right there.
Uno had not gone far at all before he had bedded down and later expired during the night.
Well, here he is. This is the buck that we call Uno. And let me just tell you, I'm not sure we've ever had a buck that was as huntable or as killable as this guy right here. Whenever we got up here, he was laying on his side. I'm just so thankful for this guy being a deer hunter and being able to share the experience with my dad and my brother-in-law, Hayden.
I'm sure Cody already has a spot on the wall for old Uno, and he'll be firing up the grill for fresh venison. As we move past the peak of the rut, hunting strategies may need to change. Make sure you stay tuned for daily updates on what we're seeing in the woods and the strategies we're using on our social media pages. And make sure you like and subscribe our channel. Whether you're hunting, looking for venison, or maybe you've already tagged out and you're enjoying some good summer sausage, I hope you slow down this week and enjoy creation. But no matter what, slow down, listen to the Creator and the purpose He has for your life. Thanks for watching Growing Deer.
That is Uno. He doesn't even have a brow tine even thinking about starting over here. That is awesome.
He didn't help 100 yards.
No.
That's weird, he only has one brow tine though.
Yeah. That's awesome. Heck yeah.